Welcome to the Management Channel, and this will be the last session in the Management Operations section called Resolving Conflict in the Workplace. Here we're going to try to understand the handling of disagreements and conflicts as a part of supervision, identify and compare 5 styles inherent in conflict resolution approaches, and we're going to try to distinguish between supervisory handling of employee complaints in work settings and grievances in unionized situations. So, managing conflict, there are a couple different kinds. One is substantive conflict, which is conflict between individuals because of what should be done or what should occur. And there's personalized conflict, conflict between individuals that occurs because the two parties do not like one another or don't get along with each other. Work conflict has to be resolved. Supervisors become irritated and confused when employee complaints or grievances challenge their authority. But supervisors must act like referees to resolve employee conflicts and guard against losing their tempers. Supervisors should recognize that handling conflicts and resolving employee complaints and grievances are natural components of the supervisory position. There are many sources of conflict. One is communication breakdown, competition over scarce resources, unclear job boundaries, inconsistent policy application, unrealized expectations, time pressures, and one other I want to add is personality conflict between people who just don't get along. Now, there are different difficulty personality types. 5 most common are the dominator, attempts to take the leadership of the meeting away from you. The quiet one encourages them to speak up, ask their opinions. They may have great ideas, but they're afraid to offer them up, so you have to engage them. The arguer. This person may attempt to argue about everything without even a good reason. They just like to argue. And the distractor. A person who constantly speaks out of turn, constantly interrupts others, or distracts the meeting in some other way. And the avoider. This person avoids answering questions, avoids participating in debate, or they may answer a question with a question of their own. And then we have the board member. Isn't really a part of what's going on. They're daydreaming and they're not participating. Meeting climates, and usually where conflict takes place is in a team meeting. Climate refers to how individuals are influenced by the conditions around them. There's 2 types, a positive climate and a negative climate. In a positive meeting climate, individuals working in a positive climate experience trust in their team members, commitment to the goal, loyalty to the group, and pride in the work outcome. Characteristics displayed during a positive climate meeting are change is encouraged to support organizational growth. Members support each other's opinions with mutual respect. Risk-taking is practiced and innovative ideas are developed. Individuals express their own opinions freely. And all members are committed to the goal. In a negative meeting climate, the individuals are working results in unproductive meetings and members feel no connection, no dedication to achieving any group goal. Those characteristics are individual defensiveness of position and ideas, manipulation attempts to selfish motives or ideas. Members might feel alienated from the group, like not maybe really a member, or members feel pressured to arrive at a decision when they really haven't reached one. Members may have a fear of failure and have a closed mind rather than an open-minded attitude. So communication is very important. During a meeting, the tone of each message has a direct effect on the climate, positive or negative. Supportive communication can create and maintain a positive meeting climate. Positive communication and climate is more productive, and it does produce more innovative ideas. Communication methods that encourage an open, positive environment are giving a clear description of feelings without anyone making judgment, maintaining an objective outlook, and focusing on mutual goals, demonstrating a supportive attitude for every person, and valuing other participants' ideas and their points of view. So you want to build a positive climate. 3 ways that you can help build and maintain a positive climate. 1, demonstrate openness. 2, always tell the truth, never lie. And state your feelings. By showing interest in learning new ideas and things, you can demonstrate openness by also being open to seeing other point of view. Demonstrate a willingness to take risks and solve problems, and by supporting changes that are made. Tell the truth. State your feelings. Build trusting relationships with participants by being honest and stating the facts. State and demonstrate your feelings and concerns about the situation. You're going to gain more support by being honest, direct, and reveal your true feelings and intentions. And, of course, very important, resolving conflicts. 3 main causes of conflicts within a meeting: opposing viewpoints, differing values, and conflicting goals. There are several ways you can try to resolve conflict in a meeting. 1, emphasize the common goal. Have them focus on the issues that they all agree upon. Strive for complete understanding. Ensure that all participants listen to each other's point of view. Concentrate on rational ideas. Focus on factual aspects and don't try to evoke any emotions. Keep it strictly to the point. Create alternative solutions, trying to find a solution that meets all participants' desires. Delay addressing the issue. If you feel like participants need more time to consider each other's viewpoint, temporarily delay addressing it. Come back to it later. However, you can't completely avoid because the solution has to be reached. Resolving conflict successfully requires effective communication. Approaches to resolving conflict based on weighing desired degrees of cooperativeness and assertiveness. Those are conflict resolution styles. You can withdraw and avoid. You can obligate or accommodate. You can compromise. You can compete, force, or dominate. Or you could collaborate, integrate, and problem solve. The reciprocity reflex is one good turn deserves another in return. The interest-based negotiating is an understanding why the other party wants what he or she wants, and then try to work towards a solution that satisfies those needs as well as your own. Interest-based negotiating occurs when one side doesn't use its power to force an agreement, and both sides seek an option that satisfies their interests. So you can see there are several ways. Competing, I win, you lose. Collaborating, I win and you win. Compromising, I win some, you win some. But avoiding leads to you lose, I lose. And accommodating means you win and I lose. So obviously the best one is collaborating or compromising if necessary. Supervisors should help the employee focus on the issues by engaging in collaborative problem solving. The most effective communication and problem solving takes place when people share their perspectives. Everybody shares their ideas. A complaint. Any individual or group problem or dissatisfaction employees can channel upward to management, including discrimination. A grievance is a formal complaint presented by the union to management that alleges a violation of the labor agreement. The grievance procedure is negotiated series of steps in a labor agreement for processing those grievances, beginning at the supervisor level and perhaps ending with arbitration. A complaint procedure is a management-designed series of steps for handling employee complaints that usually provides for a number of appeals before a final decision. Even when no formal system is spelled out, it's usually understood that employees have the right to register a complaint with the possibility of appealing it to higher level management. A procedure for handling complaints differs from a union grievance procedure in 2 primary aspects. 1, the employee must normally make the complaint without assistance in arguing the case. And The final decision is usually made by the chief executive or human resource director. There is what's called the alternative dispute resolution. These are approaches to processing and deciding employee complaints internally as an alternative to any lawsuits, usually for disputes involving discharge and or employment discrimination. Online dispute resolution is an alternative approach similar to ADR, but the dispute process is handled all online. The standards for ADR is the opportunity for a hearing before one or more neutral, impartial decision makers, or the opportunity to participate in the selection of decision makers, participation by the employee in assuming some portion of the cost of the dispute resolution, or the opportunity to recover the same remedies available to the employee through litigation and confidentiality of proceedings. During the initial step in handling grievances, there should be an open, frank communication between the supervisor and the complaining employee and a union steward. There should be open and frank communication existing in hearing and resolving the employee complaints at the supervisory level. Employee complaints should be settled amicably by the supervisor wherever possible, rather than having them appealed or moved up to a higher level. Make time available. Listen patiently with an open mind. Discuss the facts from opinions. Determine the real issue. Check and consult. Avoid setting any precedents. Exercise self-control and your emotions. Minimize delays in reaching a decision. Don't drag it out. Explain your decision clearly and sensitively. Keep records and documents of all the transactions. Do not fear a challenge. Negotiation is a process in which two or more parties in conflict attempt to come together in agreement. Collaboration is the parties working together to solve a problem. Mediation is a practice of using a neutral third party to help resolve that conflict. As a manager, you will sometimes have to mediate between conflicting employees. Remember, never take sides. Take the issue. Thank you for watching, and we hope you have a wonderful day.